There we go. That is going to work the way I want it to. Fantastic. Take that out of the stream. Put me up there. That's great. Let me know where you're listening from, and then we can maybe talk about some local stuff. Oh, look, you can see me behind the starting scene. How good's that? Oh, there we go. Hello, that's Facebook and YouTube. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know in the comments where you're from. Let me know if you're if you're a regular contributor. I think I'll have to get to the stage soon of sharing the actual studio link, and some of you can come in and participate. Actually get yourself on and be part of the stream in a more meaningful sense rather than just doing comments. Okay, Facebook's still here. That's good. That's good. Where's my videos? Down there. Just let it run for about another minute, I think. Oh, who's that liked by the bird? Someone. Strange times on Twitter, my friends. Strange times indeed. All right. All right, let's get this show on the road. G'day, bird nerds. Monday with Grant. Monday midday. Have you clocked off for your Christmas holidays yet? One of the reasons why I'm having the discussion about interesting little encounters with birds is that obviously when this week rolls around, the week before Christmas, so many people start their holidays this week. And I could hear something in the park this morning. Well, and to let you know how I do, you probably know about first seen and heard. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Where's my first seen and heard? There we go. I do first seen and heard every morning on all the platforms that I can really manage it. I do it on Instagram, which also goes out to Facebook. I do it on Twitter. I do it on Mastodon. I do it on YouTube. So I think it works out to be 4 or 5. And I'm starting to do it on TikTok, but that's a whole different thing. First seen and heard is what I see and hear for the first trip outside, or even if I'm lying in bed, the first bird that I hear each morning. And why I do it is just to be in tune with what's around me, so that I notice what's around me in my urban Oh, sorry, I was just checking up something on that I'm dragging out the news from my email, and I just saw a message from Claire, who, funnily enough, I'm going to feature in the memory lane. How cool is that? Yeah, so it was really quiet this morning. Obviously, I live close to a freeway and a main urban road, a main north-south thoroughfare, and there's a east-west one nearby too. So there's always a background noise of traffic. But this morning it wasn't there, so I heard yellow-winged honeyeaters, or New Holland honeyeaters, calling and doing their little contact calls, their chips. But I could hear the group who obviously lived closest to me. And then I could hear a group over there, and a group over there, and a group back there, all calling from within their little designated territories, I would assume. I hadn't heard that before. I usually only hear the ones that are close by. So that was interesting. It gives me an idea too that the territories are quite small. And that makes me always wonder about how can we encourage those birds to continue to breed and proliferate by providing habitat in our own gardens or in our own open spaces like the councils and whatnot. So that is that's the reason for the habitat gardening segments. So now the other interesting things that did happen to me this morning, while I was walking Shadow, and I walk Shadow, the dog who shares this house with me, not my dog, my housemate's dog, but I take him for the walk every morning because I get up early. And in the place close to where I had the interaction with the brown goshawk a couple of weeks back now, a rainbow lorikeet flew really, really close to me. And that was a bit of a surprise, but really close. But while I was recording First Seen and Heard for one of the platforms, because I do a different one, I don't just do one and upload it everywhere. I was sitting on a concrete wall, sort of retaining wall, and a rainbow lorikeet zipped by so close to my ear I could feel the air as it went past. Now that's pretty unusual. They don't usually. Well, I've never had that happen before, except at the time when I was at Currumbin Sanctuary as a kid, feeding lorikeets, and they all come in. But just going about my daily business and the birds doing their own thing, I never had one come so close where I could feel the air as it passed me by. So that's interesting. Interesting thing. Now. I know this is going to look boring while I'm checking my email. Just a nice little hello from Claire Greenwell. Now, I will actually be playing part of the episode that I did with Claire Greenwell, and it's a long time ago now. I can probably tell you. Well, I can tell you when I uploaded it to the podcast feed. And how the bird emergency started was the idea was it would just be a podcast, but as things have moved on, technology has moved on, the world has moved on, it's now morphed into as much YouTube as anything else. Now, when did I... Well, I published Claire's episode in June 29th of 2020. So, it's 2.5 years ago. I probably did the interview with Claire a bit before that, but we'll get to that in a moment. Let's get me back there. But let me just check. I just want to check. I hope you all sometimes do things. Now, in the last week, let's just talk a bit about the bird emergency just while I'm gathering my thoughts. We passed 24,000 downloads of the podcast in the last week, but it looks like it's only going to take a couple of days to get to 25,000. Now, it's taken years to get to, actually, when was the very first thing I published on the bird emergency? Episode 1 went out February 4th of 2020, and I had recorded it well before that. So, yeah. I ummed and ahed for a long time. And to give you an idea, episode 1, February 4, episode 2, April 18, episode 3, May 11, then a week later, episode 4, episode 5, not until a month later, and then, I was pretty erratic at the beginning. I'm still fairly erratic, but I'm not always doing a bird expert episode each week at the moment. It's actually was getting quite hard to get people as regularly as I would like. Hello, Twitch. Welcome aboard. Let me know in the comments where you're listening from, which country you're in, if you don't mind. It just gives me an idea to make sure. Just I can maybe I can pick a highlight from the country you're in. If you're in Australia, just let me know. If you're in the US or UK or that northeast Scandinavian area of Europe, get so many people listening to the podcast from there, so that's great. Okay, so just let me know. All right, I'm just going to do what I said I would do. We're going to have a look at a bit of the news. The first bit of news is the painted snipe tracking project that Matt Herring has been crowdfunding for, smashed through the crowdfunding barrier with 4 days still to go. So that was great. So over $116,000 raised on the Chuffed platform. That means that tracking Australia's painted snipe, let me, if you don't know about it, I'll just pull up the screen. Chrome tab, where are we? There we are. So the target was $116,300. It's now fully funded with 4 days to go. 116,517. So congratulations to everyone involved. Let me see. We've got some new people popped in. Twitch and YouTube. Let me. I'm going to play the video for the tracking endangered Australian painted snipe, just in case you don't know about it already. So here we go. I'll full screen it if it'll let me. There it is.
Some birds are sneaky, but there's this one bird that's so sneaky it may as well be a flying ninja. The Australian painted snipe. And guess what? How many do you think there are left in the world? 10,000? 20,000? Are you sitting down? About 340. That's right, 340 is the latest estimate of how many painted snipe are left on planet Earth. One of the rarest birds in the world. Even at key sites, they vanish for years at a time. Where are they? Where do they go? How is it that Google, Facebook and my smartphone are better at tracking me than we are at knowing where the painted snipe are? Did you know we've never even recorded its call? Woo, 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 woo. And just look at it. It's beautiful, like Gustav Klimt. No, his artwork. We want to solve this mystery once and for all. To study painted snipe, we've got a dream team of experts. With your help, we'll be able to purchase the latest transmitters to track at least 12 painted snipe, uncover their mysteries, and begin saving the species. You'll be able to follow their journeys on a dedicated website with regular social media updates. There are even opportunities to sponsor a bird with naming rights, perhaps as a tribute to someone special. There are loads of other rewards too, from photographic prints to tours, and just that general warm feeling of helping a flying, endangered ninja. Let's repaint the picture for this neglected species. Visit chuff.org/project/painted snipe.
All right. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? So let's have a look at some of the key funders, just to give them a bit of a shout out. I said to Matt I would do a shout out when we get together. I think Matt's coming on. I think we talked about the 23rd, still to be confirmed. But anybody who increased their donation from when there were 170 contributors, anyone who increased it to by $10, I would give a special shout out. But let's just have a look at this. BirdLife Australia, $12,000. Well, good on you. That's the one that really kicked it over the top. But South Beach Wetlands Land Care Group, that's pretty significant. But I reckon Isla Marks, $200. That's really significant. Well, actually, Finley Eric, or Eric Finley, $15 is significant. $5 Tegan James. Good on you. Let's have a look at any other friends of the show who are in here. Oh, look, Mickey Perkins. Good on you. Journalist, always doing good work. Dr. Swift Parrot. I don't know if you can see there. $100. Good on you. Dan Nugent, friend of the show. Mickey Perkins popped in twice, $30 and $30. Good on. Oh, look, and we've got $100 and $100. Look at that, in twice. That's good. Hope they haven't been double counted by accident. Canberra Bird Conservation Fund, Hunter Bird Observers Club. Let's go. Nikki Stafford Coaching, $500. Good on you. James Watson, $100. Oh, look at that. I don't want to go through everyone. I feel bad leaving anyone out. But it's great, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I see Dave Watson down there too. Fantastic. Okay, well that's that one done. Remove from the stream. Yes. Stop screen. Yes. Okay. Now. All right, I'm going back to the news. We've done that bit of news. Here's a story that is pretty bad. I'll just wait for it to come up and I'll share that for you. Sad news, but this kind of stuff happens all the time. Oh gee, I've got to accept that. Share the screen. Which one do I want to share? Chrome tab, this one. Okay. Showing all sorts of ads. I hate that. But that's a bad headline, isn't it? Swan tragically dies after becoming stuck to frozen Walney Pond. So the bird had been rescued by a volunteer from the Bardsea Bird Sanctuary. Oh my goodness. I can't show all that. Jesus. Why do people put so much rubbish ads? Sorry. On their pages. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Sorry, I'm not going to do that any further. I'm not going to show hundreds and hundreds of crappy ads. Just seeing what other good news is in there. So there's the story of that swan getting rescued but then dying. Okay. Global bird populations are being ravaged by a deadly strain of avian flu. That just keeps happening. 7,000 ducks culled because of bird flu in Upper Kutanad in India. Bird flu outbreaks risk unprecedented animal welfare crisis. Here's another frozen bird rescue in the Northern Hemisphere. Bridlington Fire Station rescued a stranded seabird after it sat on top of a lamppost. It was a gull. Okay, there's a bit on the Regent Honeyeater, but I'll leave that until someone will talk to me about the Regent Honeyeater. Can you believe it's been very difficult to find someone who'll talk to me about the Regent Honeyeater? A macaw in Malden called Bruce Lee was rescued by firefighters after flying up a tree and getting stuck because the bird knew how to fly up but not how to descend. The bird flu news is really grim. Bird flu cases in Iowa in December, 700,000 just in Iowa. Someone shot a bald eagle in Franklin in Wisconsin. Gee. It's frightening. It really is frightening how much bird flu is out there. Apparently there's an emu on TikTok called Emmanuel who's a bit of a star. And it's in America, of course, by the look of it. And so, of course, it's probably a pet emu of some sort. But it is suspected of contracting bird flu. Oh, boy. Vaccination of birds against avian influenza remains valuable if done wisely. So 159 farms have been affected across Ghana, but they're trying to immunise birds. So that's a lesser. This is. Let me bring this. Let me read this one. This is why. It's why I get so grumpy about the Australian government. Let me put this one up. Let me share this page. Here we can read it together. Here we are. So, a rare wild chicken. Oh, get lost. Pop-ups, rubbish. That's why I never browse the web anymore, because everything becomes unreadable. Rare wild chicken could become Colorado's first climate casualty as rescue attempt falters. So, there's the lesser prairie chicken. So they spent 428,000 US dollars in an effort to avert extinction by relocating 205 of these prairie chickens from Kansas to Colorado's southeast plains. But because conditions are now hotter and drier, climate change, the relocated chickens decreased from 139 in 2020 to then fewer than 90. Even now, the US Fish and Wildlife Service has granted endangered species protection, the ecological equivalent of emergency room life support. Bird experts say the future of lesser prairie chickens and its cousins, the greater sage grouse, Gunnison sage grouse, and the greater prairie chicken, is looking increasingly precarious. Audubon Society scientists have estimated that if climate warming continues unabated, more than 60% of bird species in North America will vanish by the end of the 21st century. Let's get that one again. The Audubon Society scientists have estimated that if climate warming continues unabated, more than 60% of bird species in North America will vanish by the end of the 21st century. Holy moly. Okay, that's just too depressing to... that's just too depressing. But that's where we're at, and that's why I get so grumpy about what doesn't seem to be happening here in Australia. Horrible stuff. Horrible stuff. All right, I'm just going to check my Twitter because it's a... Okay. Sorry about that dead air. Now, let me know where you're watching from. I was hoping we'd be a bit more interactive today because, we've all wound down for the year and I haven't really done any fantastic preparation. And I do need you to tell me when we get to this part of the show here that you can hear the... Let's pop that in. There we are. Or what happens if we go here? This might be better. There, that is better. Okay. Let's see if we can hear this. I'm going way back into the archives. I'm going to do this for a few of these really old episodes because you probably haven't been back and ever listened to them or found them. So if you listen to the podcast, you'll know that towards the end I have a couple of standard bird emergency questions. But what I thought I'd do was also go through and check out some of the, what I think are interesting little snippets that, oh God. So let's start with Claire. Now, tell me if you can't hear this. I tested it before and I can hear it, but I'm obviously not in the stream from your end. So if you can't hear it, let me know and we'll fiddle around with it a different way. Are you ready? So, now this was with, at the time, Claire Greenwell, who was working on her PhD. She's now Dr. Claire, I'm happy to say. But yeah, have a listen to this and just let me know. Just confirm that you can hear it or that you can't hear it, whatever the case may be. Oh, it's not catching up, obviously, quick enough. Well, that's a bit of a worry. Let's start there. Maybe this isn't going to work the way I wanted it to work. Oh, it's not liking that, is it? Must be the lag. It's not going as smoothly as I would have liked. Oh, there's something not liking it. Oh, very annoying, isn't it? Works well until you're actually streaming. Let- Um, I'm just stopping it and giving it a chance to catch up. So just let me know you can hear it. Uh, so, so that's part of what Claire found out. Let me skip ahead a bit and all right. I'm going to skip the field guide question, which I normally ask. But here's a question I ask everybody in the podcast. Let's see what Claire says to this bird emergency question. which Claire did in fact do. So that was fab. We'll get Claire back on to ask her. So Claire has done her trip around the country. So I look forward to putting that question to her again sometime in the new year. But let's see what she said at that time to another one of the bird emergency questions. Now, I really liked that answer when I first spoke to Claire. That I thought, how cool, because that's usually what I want to do too. I don't really want to see particular birds. I don't target particular birds. I like to see a habitat, see how an ecosystem works, see what's there, and check it all out. So, yeah, kindred spirit. Just while it catches up, we'll clip that again. Here we go. Yeah, that's a great answer, don't you think? Great answer. All right. Let's keep going with this. I'm actually reminiscing. It was so great to get to know Claire by talking to her and becoming bird nerd friends. So there we go. How cool is that? Going to do ground parrot surveys. There aren't many of them left, which we just did a show about, by the way. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. What do you think? Um, I like how my transcription software too, by the way, has called them the Eastern grandparent and the Western grandparent. Um, let me let me go back to there. That's cool, isn't it? That's why bird watching, birding, twitching, whatever you want to call it, is so much fun. Okay, let's see what. I can't actually remember how we ended this episode. Let's see where we went. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether Claire stayed in pure research. She's certainly working. Let's let's find out when we talk to her in the new year. That's cool, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it is. Don't you hate that? Um, we'll start here again. I don't like this lag that it's causing. I'll have to ask her how that's going. Um, okay. I didn't ask her some of the questions that I've developed into the show at the end. Let me have a look at some of what else we've got. I'm going to some of the oldest ones in my. Here we go. Let's see what I spoke to Catherine Young about. This was an episode about the 40 spotted pardalote, and it was great fun talking to Kat. And she's been, yeah, she's really supportive of the community. So let's see where we got to. Let me have a look. Sorry, I'm just looking for the best bit. Um, oh yes, okay. We did. there's a lot here to clip out. I think I'll just go right back to the end. Sorry, Twitch, you're obviously... I do like I've got someone from Twitch watching, because you're used to people just doing this, don't you? Oh, yeah, here, watch me react to this. Where's my question? Oh no, that must be all after. Sorry, I'm just seeing some of the things Kat and I talked about that I don't think made it into the podcast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff didn't go onto. Actually, I'm not gonna do Cat. We'll go. Sorry if I was teasing you and we didn't get there. Let's see. We did Claire. Remember when I spoke to Rob Davis? It's taking a long time to come up. Here we go. Let's go down to the... Oh, I can't... Oh no, that was one of my rants about dogs. Gee, I did get a bit ranty with that. Okay. Now, when I spoke to Rob Davis, we talked about the Palau jungle fowl, and it's critically endangered. But we talked generally a lot about the birds of the Pacific and what are the threats to birds in the Pacific. So the question I asked here, in case you don't hear it first off, is what do you think is the biggest threat to the megapodes in the Pacific? And the megapodes in the Pacific are, depending on who you read, which revision you read, either a group of different species or a whole lot of subspecies of the one species, but they're all isolated and limited to particular islands or close island groups that are quite close together. So let's see what Rob tells me. I really hope this was going to work easier than this. See, this is why I need to upgrade my my gear. Should I crowdfund for that? I think I should. So what happens, I'm not sure if you're aware, the megapodes build a big mound and the eggs are incubated within that mound. So decomposing material provides the heat. So obviously all the eggs are there and it's a ground level. So people over time harvest the eggs to eat. How often do you hear that? How often do you hear that it's a place that hasn't been? Hi, Mon. Nice to see you. And just get Mon, regular listener, watcher. Mon. Oh, wow, we've got an influx all of a sudden. I wonder if the notifications went out really late. You can probably tell me that, Mon. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of people have come in. We've already done a whole pile of the trip down memory lane. Mon, let me know if you can hear this. I might take this back to the start of this answer. I'm going back through some of the old episodes of the podcast and going through my transcripts and playing them back so that we can do some of the highlights. So this was when I spoke with Dr. Rob Davis about the megapodes on Palau particularly, but we're talking about some of the broader implications. And Mon, since I know you're there and no one else has been active in the chat, just convince me that you can actually hear the audio on this, okay? Great, thanks, Mon. I would have been worried if I played all that stuff earlier and no one could hear it. I like how my automatic transcriber. Ah, so you can't actually hear. So I've been playing that transcript and no one can hear. Is that right? Oh, Mon, you couldn't hear Rob Davis talking. Oh no. How do I fix that? I probably can't. I probably need to do these clips. Is that right? You can only hear, so you can't hear Rob when I play this. This will be annoying. Let's see. Oh no, you can't hear the transcript. Oh no, that's terrible. Well, you know what that means. You know what that means, Mon. That means what I'm going to have to do. I didn't want to do it this way because I can search the text in this, but if you can't hear it, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so that means what I have to. That means what I have to do, and I hate to disappoint you all. We're going to have to stream either tonight or tomorrow, and I was planning on doing one of these a bit over the rest of the whole period, the whole holiday period, and going out and clipping the bird emergency questions from each podcast, and the ones where I've got video, because I didn't start doing saving video for everybody because I never expected that it would become a thing on YouTube. So I think that's what I'll do. So I can't believe I've spent about half an hour commenting on things that nobody can hear. Sorry about that. But what you can do while we're all here, well, mostly YouTubers today. While we're all here, give me an idea, Mon, because you're always commenting, which is great. Is there anyone that you want me to interview that you know about and that you would want me to interview? And don't worry, I'll wait. And a couple of people have missed out. They've obviously gone, oh no, what? You did a whole hour and it was wasted. We're not going to stay here listening to this idiot. So just so you know, Mon, I'm going to clip the. I'm going back. That's going to be my homework for the next few days. I'm just going to clip out the bird emergency question sections, and I'll clip them on YouTube, and we'll play them on YouTube, and you will be able to hear it. So just when I bring up my transcription software, which is how I produce the shows. I no longer manually edit every breath out and every junk word like I used to now. And you'll probably hear it in a lot of the episodes. Sometimes it sounds a bit choppy or whatever, but I can no longer, if I'm doing hour-long episodes, I mean, that's a 10-hour, 15-hour process to do it manually. I'm not doing that anymore. Now, Mon, I like this comment. All right, you can't think of anyone. Who's your favourite, Mon? Apart from Holly, of course. Holly's got to be the favourite because we speak to Holly every 2 weeks, right? But I'm just seeing what we've got. Oh. Looks like there's been another court win. Let me just check what the message says. This might be news. Just checking my email. It's just come through while we've been talking. Victorian Forest Alliance. No, it's not a new court win. It's the same one, I believe, which was really, really good. I would like to say, too, by the way, 24,000 podcast downloads, which is fantastic, but also 10,000 views on YouTube now, which is great. Now, the ones from New Zealand, Mon, spoke to Ariel about the seabirds being attracted to light. So that was Ariel Heswell. And also Alan Rikers about the bird of the year, the New Zealand rock wren. The koala person, Janine Duffy. Here we go. Thanks, Peter. Peter's got the bird nest. So Mick Callan from Habitat Innovation. Now I'm going to ask Mick back shortly and what I want to talk to Mick about. And I'll probably combine it with what I talked about with Janine Duffy from Koala Clancy. That's who you're thinking about, I think, Mon. And I want to combine that into the habitat gardening. Thanks, Mon. Yes. Everyone I've spoken to from New Zealand's been great. I mean, Andrew Digby, of course, Kakapo, and, of course, Steph Burrell from New Zealand. With BirdLife Marine now. and when I first spoke to Steph, episode number 1, Steph was actually working in Georgia. So, yeah, Steph's been all over the place. Now, what was I just saying, though? I was saying what I plan to do is talk to Mick Callan about how to locate an artificial hollow. What are the things you need to think about when you are going to place one? And I want to talk with Janine again, if possible, about similar things, but also focusing in on what's important for koala trees. If you're thinking about growing trees and trying to link a framework for koalas to travel through your environment, if you have koalas, tell me that for both of you, Peter and Mon. Do you have koalas in your area, in your vicinity? I'll just wait for that. Now, I have never seen a koala where I am in the St Albans region of Melbourne. So, Mon, so you do have koalas in your little part of Brisbane. Okay, that's good. I wonder if they're chlamydia free up there. Of course you do. I only take notice of bird stuff really on Twitter. Although I don't know how long I'm going to last on Twitter anymore, Mon. Now that Space Karen is being a Nazi about how I can promote other stuff. But good luck to him. And good, your koalas are healthy. That's great, Mon. I don't know what you actually mean by that. Why don't you put some details in? Do you use a koala emergency hashtag? Mon? So going back to what I plan to do with the habitat gardening angle and koalas, and also probably talk about some of the other endangered mammals. Hey Peter, here's a challenge for you. Take some photos of what you put up and what you considered when you did put it up, maybe what your options are, and let's have a conversation with Mick about that. And perhaps if you would like to, I'll get you in on the in on that show. Okay, I gotcha. I got what you mean, Mon. So that if you see a koala that doesn't look quite right, doesn't look so happy, or you see in an unusual spot, that you call out the koala rescue team. That's good. That's a really good idea. Also, Peter, while I've got you there, did you get one of the Habitat Innovation boxes, or did you get one of the boxes from one of the other suppliers, like the guy in Queensland? I think on Tamborine Mountain, I think, isn't he? Or did you make your own? Be interested to know that too. When I lived in East Gippsland, I made some really substandard boxes. But the Rosellas loved them. I had crimsons and easterns both nesting in them. Oh, let's get social. There we are, Peter. Mon saying hello. That was good. So yeah, Peter, let me know if you're still there. The numbers are fluctuating. I'm seeing people are obviously in or out, or I can't see who's on. Let me know where you put the box. Is it in a eucalypt? Did you attach it? I attached one to the side of the house just to try, under the eaves, and eastern rosellas were quite happy to utilise it. The competition was pretty fierce, but just on one small block, I had 3 different nest boxes, and I spaced them apart quite well. All 3 of them were used at the same time, simultaneously. 2 pairs of eastern rosellas and 1 pair of crimsons at the same time. So, yeah, it's always very popular, Mon, when we talk about nest boxes. I'm a little bit wary about it if we don't talk about the other issues as well. Like if you, I think the last time I spoke to Mick, when we got an update of how habitat innovation was going, habitat innovation. I'm not sure which one's correct. It was Habitat. I think it's now Habitat Innovation. I think focusing on nest boxes misses the basic problem, though. The basic problem is that we have to retain mature trees. And I know certainly, Mon, you, I think, drew one to my attention in your region. Was it you posted the one the other day that had been, pruned within a fraction of its existence in a playground as well? We need to stop doing that. We can't nest box ourselves out of a problem. I think we worked out, or I think the estimate was when I was speaking with Mick, was that we'd probably need, just in Australia, 1 billion nest boxes. I mean, that's ridiculous. Mixed nest boxes are $200 to $300 each. Okay, where's the 300 billion coming from? Apart from the cost of getting an arborist to put them up and then check them, and it's a ridiculous idea when what we could do is just not cut stuff down. But no, let me not get on that. Not get on that again. But yeah, Peter, if you're still there, let us know where you cited your nest box. You can send that to me, or yeah. Now, Mon, that's probably the hollow hog that you might be talking about, where they go into the tree and produce a hollow, carve out a hollow. So that's obviously one way to go. Obviously, you get a hollow quicker than 100 years, but there's potential issues about whether the tree will survive from that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying it's also less of a solution than not destroying existing trees that are mature and over mature. So yeah, let's stop doing it. Oh, beg my pardon. Okay, well, I appreciate you all dropping in. I'm sorry that I spent so long playing stuff you couldn't hear. Yeah, it's weird. When I play YouTube, it works, but sometimes when I play a different app or a different application, it's not coming out through the right speakers. I could hear it perfectly, so I don't know why it wasn't working through there. So I apologise for anyone who was killing time. But, killing time, that's what we do now. Let me ask you another question. Following up on the show I did about what's a good gift for a bird net? Has anyone purchased a really cool gift for somebody, or is anybody expecting a really cool gift over the for the holiday period, the Christmas period, if you are Christianically inclined. And the other question I would like to know from you guys in the chat, you guys and girls in the chat, have you bailed out on Twitter yet? What are your plans? Space Karen's gone a bit crazy in the last day. I read the new terms of service for linking and promoting other platforms and whatnot. So I think if he doubles down on that, there's going to be so many people who use Twitter to promote their content, pretty much like I do, apart from being a bit political. Won't be able to see the point. I may as well be just spending the time on YouTube and on Facebook and on Mastodon. birdemergency.com/Mastodon, by the way, where you can find some bird nerds. Okay, well, I can see Mon, is that the camera that you are always using? Like it's a so it's a mirrorless? Is it the one you always use and always post, or did you get an extra camera? Oh, tell me more about that. I haven't seen. Actually, let me pull up that poll. I guess it's on his page, is it? Let me pull up Twitter and look for Space Karen. You know what makes me really angry about the whole Elon Musk Twitter thing is that Twitter has always had its problems, but it was really useful for people. Just checking. Oh, Mon, you've been retweeting me. Good on you. Okay, so I want to look up Elon. I don't follow Elon. Okay, there's his profile. Should I step down as head of Twitter? Oh, hell yes. 57 to 43. Oh, I better retweet that. Okay. Elon Musk, should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. 3 hours ago. Going forward, there will be a vote for major policy changes. My apologies won't happen again. What kind of an idiot is he? Fair income. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And then he's got, those who want power are the ones who least deserve it. Jeez, Space Karen. Fair income. Okay, well, I'm coming back to you guys now. Okay, so you got a really old classic Nikon. I saw a fantastic Canon EOS mirror camera that I thought about buying, but the cost of processing film and how I would use it, I wouldn't. I think I'll stick with what I got. Did I show you the camera I got? Have you seen it? Getting ready. I'm still learning how to use it properly for Photography Friday. But did I show you? I don't want to bore you if you've already seen it. But I'm still excited. I'm holding it right now, and I'm still excited by actually having it. I'll just wait for you while I see what else is on the Twitterfication. Oh no, so many people are getting COVID, isn't it? Wow. That's a bit scary. Wow. Gee, I just saw what he did to Taylor Lorenz. What an idiot. Oh, you haven't seen the camera. Okay. You can see that one. Can you make out can you make out which one it is? Just let me know that you did see it. So that's going to be there's going to be a lot of Photography Friday talking about that, but I'm still getting the hang of how to use it, and I'm still saving up for the SD cards that I need for it, because all the ones I have, from the heaps that I had for the podcast, are not compatible for doing the video. Yeah, so yeah, GH5. So I selected that one because I plan to use it more for producing video more than stills, but it'll be good for stills as well. And there's still two lenses that I need to purchase. I've got one that is adequate for shooting in the park, but for getting more difficult birds, I'll need to get a bit more reach. But at the moment, still learning, and I need to get a different lens to be able to use for this, to go from standard definition to full 4K. But I'll stick with 1080p for the live stream to save on the bandwidth. But yeah, so it's all kind of happening, and I bought some second-hand lenses, and I got a separate camera that you get the camera for free, basically, when I bought some second-hand lenses. So yeah, that'll all be fun, but some of the accessories that I'm having to buy just couldn't get here before the Christmas rush, so no rush. Photography Friday will be back in January, and I'm hoping that we'll be speaking to lots of people about photography, beginners and experts. So maybe you can join in at some stage. Just checking. Yeah. Just check. I'm just having a look at some of the funny things on Twitter. Yeah. Okay. Now, Mon, you said that sounds great. Just coming on a Photography Friday. Maybe when I get Nico or someone else back on, that'd be great. Sandy too. Actually, I've got a Sandy episode in the can, that Sandy Horn episode in the can, that I'll be dropping Friday 23rd. That might be a good Christmas present, mightn't it? You keep everyone going until just before the new year. And I might do an episode on the factors I use to select my camera. How boring would that be? Hearing me talk about why I chose a camera. Gee, see some amazing rubbish on YouTube, don't you, for people about grabbing cameras. Yeah. Yeah, Sandy's doing... I think Sandy does a lot for the bird Twitter community, and I mean, the only reason I haven't completely bailed out on Twitter sort of right now is that the bird community has been, I found, really, really great for sharing experiences and for, helping people out. But the more I look at some of the Facebook groups, they seem to be just as good too. It's not obviously as global and whatnot, but it's a shame. And I was just actually playing around with an AI thing, and looks like I might be able to code a thing very similar to Twitter and embed it into the Bird Emergency website, which may be another option. But we can talk about that a bit more. Okay. I did advertise too that we might be doing, we can do some Q&A or anything. Any feedback? I've taken on board too. I don't know. It wasn't you, Peter, was it, who made a comment about my bad language? Certainly somebody gave me a really great review the other day, but prior to that had reached out to me by email and asked me to ease off on the bad language. And I'm taking that to heart. I think I'm far less aggravated about things that weren't happening in the conservation space that used to get me so fired up. A couple of elections mean that we have a better shot of getting some things done. I'm still completely frustrated by stuff that obviously is not happening. Some things that just are not happening. And I've reached out to get some expert comment on the offsetting proposal. Yeah. Thanks, Mon. I know you got... Look, it's not many people that have a problem with it, but I did take on board the comment that Chris made, and that it was about extending the influence and the reach beyond the people who are already in the club, so that the people who are already on board with the whole conservation message and whatnot will forgive me for being a bit intemperate with my language when I'm talking about some of these things. But, maybe some of the people whose minds you need to change and who you need to prompt into action might be a bit more delicate. So, yeah, I've taken that on board and we'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm probably not going to be censoring myself much. Certainly not with the kind of things I'm going to say. I may just substitute some words for other words. Let's put it that way. But I'm certainly not going to ease off on what my feelings are or what the criticisms I have or anything like that. And I mean, my thing is, and always has been, that I want to promote people who are doing good work and promote projects and species and locations that need protecting. And that's why I started doing this, and that's why I'll continue to do it. But, let me share this. Where is it? Now, I put out a tweet earlier on. Where are we? I'll just see if I can find the answer. And because some of you were in a bit late, I'll tell you about the couple of the encounters that I was interested in this morning that I had. While I was walking shadow, I got very, very close attention from a rainbow lorikeet, which is always good when you see them head like an Exocet missile. They are amazing birds. But the other thing, because it's Christmas time, a lot of people obviously aren't going to work this week. This whole week is going to be a week off for a lot of people. I have the Calder Freeway near me. Sunshine Avenue is near me, and when that's busy, there's this residual sound of traffic in the background. And nearby also is a main east-west road. So we've sort of got the couple of north-south roads out one side. And I hear birds that are close by, but I often don't hear much in the distance, except for cockatoos screeching. Can always hear cockatoos from a long way off. But this morning when I was sitting there, and I sit there and I record my first seen and heard for all the different platforms. So it takes me 25 minutes or so to do it and upload them and type it out and do the next ones. But I could hear different groups of yellow-winged honeyeaters / New Holland honeyeaters. And I could hear 4 different groups, one close, one a bit further away, one from back there, one from over there. Hadn't ever heard that except for being in the bush. And then I went down to the supermarket early this morning, had to get some wasabi peas. But what I really needed to get was, I forgot, some ginger. Because I've got to make something today that requires ginger, and I'd run out. And when I was coming back, walking up my street, actually in the same place that I once saw a blue-winged parrot. Unbelievable. Yeah. Totally unbelievable. But across the road, this bird flew from a house right in front of me into the same acacia, and then off across the street and onto the lawn of the house, straight across the street. And it was a greenfinch, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't have my glasses on, but I did see it close. And when I saw it flying, as I saw it approaching, I thought, oh, what's that? That's a juvenile white-plumed honeyeater or something. But then when it sat in the tree close to me, it was too plump, and it had a finchy bill. And I thought, wow, that's unusual plumage for a sparrow, but it was bigger than a sparrow. It flew off, and I reckon it was a juvenile greenfinch. So anyway, I tweeted it out. Had anyone seen a greenfinch recently in Melbourne? And I tagged Sean Dooley, and Sean said, I see very few greenfinches as they don't occur at most of the places I regularly visit, or disappeared from those sites at least a decade ago, if not earlier. So I will thank Sean for that. I haven't seen a greenfinch, I reckon, for 20 years. I've never seen one over this side, but I've never been looking for them. I did used to see them where I grew up on the Mornington Peninsula. There were lots of goldfinches back then. I see far less goldfinches nowadays. And I would occasionally see greenfinches. But I haven't seen one for 20 odd years. But yeah, I reckon this was a greenfinch. Wish I had my glasses on, because then I'd be far more confident. But yeah, no, in my experience, it was a greenfinch. So, yeah. Okay, folks. Well, I think that will do for today. Hello, Stan. Stan's with us. Very cool. Stan, were they honeybees or were they native bees? Stan's just had a swarm of bees land in his yard. So swarming for the last day. Good to see you, Stan. yeah, let us know if they were honeybees or native bees. Also, if you have suggestions of people that you would like me to chase up to talk to, you can do that through. Uh, uh, okay, where's your? Let's see, Stan. I'm just going to. I'm going to get your short and I'm going to paste it into the chat. Here we go. So let's get the copy the link. Now, if I put a comment in here, there we are. There's the short you can watch. I hope you can all see it in the chat. Oh no, Facebook wouldn't let me put it in. That's weird, isn't it? Just let me know. I've got an error there showing in the chat. There we go. So you've got it there. Great. Okay. So I'm guessing you can all see that. I've never had to do that in the chat before. Isn't that amazing? In the comments before. Oh, I see what's happening. So I can't send to the Facebook, or can I? No, it looks like I can't send to the Facebook comment. That's weird. There we go. Okay. Ripper. And 116 views on your short already. Fantastic. Oh, you've got 488 subscribers, Stan. I'm a bit jealous there. Ripper. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Virtual reality Karen is doing a space Karen, maybe, Stan. Yeah, could well be. Yeah. Oh my god! And there's a live Tesla stream at the moment. Kathy Wood and Elon Musk. Binance CEO CZ shuts down Kevin O'Leary lying about him or something. So, God. Space Karen. Anyway, there we go. Live. That's live right now. If you want to go to the Tesla YouTube. I don't know why it's come up because I do not follow Tesla, but yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for today. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think's fake? I can tell you there are 7,000 people currently watching a Tesla on the Tesla YouTube channel, Tesla live stream, Kathy Wood and Elon Musk, and I can see Elon's face doing a Zoom call now. So yeah, certainly doesn't look like it's fake. I don't know who Kathy Wood is, but yeah, and yeah, that's definitely Elon because those shelves behind him are wanker shelves, no doubt about it. Okay, gang, that's it. I'm going to go and clip some old school bird emergency stuff. Gee, the thumbnail for the bird emergency live stream is pretty I look like an idiot, frankly. That would be good. Look closely at the name. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going into their live stream. Yeah, I can't believe you must be right, because I can't believe that Tesla's only got. Oh no, he's in this live stream, no doubt about it. Let me. Let me. There we go. That looks like Space Karen right there. That's definitely Elon. So there we go. I'm going to close him off there. I don't want to hear him. And I don't want to get in trouble for streaming him. So, yeah, no, that's definitely Elon. I cannot believe that the Tesla channel on YouTube has only 3,260 subscribers. Oh, or is it three? No, it's got to be 362,000. Yeah, that's got to be 300,000 subscribers. There's 6,700 people watching it at the moment, so that's definitely not a fake one. Yeah. Is it really? Is that really fake? That's definitely a lot. That's definitely live now. Let me have a look at. Let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at this channel. Ah, yes, you're right. Tesla Live News 1. Okay. God. That's clickbaity, isn't it? Isn't it good that I don't do that? I don't do clickbaity stuff like that. Yeah, well done. Good call, Stan. That's the other thing I'll tell you. What I am going to do in the next little while, I thought I'd start with clipping out bird emergency stuff, but I'm also going to go through some of the old Birds in Backyard TV YouTube channel and talk about some of the clips. And I'm also going to play some of these bird clips out there that get millions of views where people are interacting with birds. And some of them I think are probably not the kind of stuff we want to be promoting. But, yeah. Gee, you watch one thing about Sam Bankman-Fried or something, and all of a sudden your recommended videos are full of crypto stuff. Wow. That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Okay. Well, I'm bad at getting out of here. You're obviously all subscribers to the Stan. Reaction videos are indeed a popular genre. I will tell you that I am going to do over the holiday period too, just for fun. I am a massive J-pop geek and have been for many, many years. And I'm really late to the game because I was very early to the baby metal and Bandmate and a whole lot of other they're really popular now. But I was really early to the game when nobody knew who they were. I'm going to use my love and knowledge of J-pop to react to a whole lot of stuff that aren't very popular just for fun. So, actually, if you'd like to... what have I called? What? I'll just tell you what that channel's called. I can't even remember. And I haven't put anything on it yet. the Kawaii Music Podcast. I did the artwork for this about 10 years ago. Kawaii Music Show on YouTube. Currently no subscribers. If let me post a link and I'll see whether any of you would like to subscribe to it. Where are we? Channel. I can't even find the link. Let me just put it. Let me put it in here just because. There you are. So that's my handle on YouTube. So Kawaii Music Podcast. So yeah, if you want to see me reacting to some of my favourite, I won't go. I'm not into spam at all. So I'll just have a look at what. Yeah, I'm not into spamming anyone's feed. People work too hard and whatnot to get their YouTube and whatnot to look the way they want. So yeah, I'm not interested in popping crap in there, and I certainly probably won't be cross-promoting it because they're not the same. They're not going to be the same audiences. But yeah, I really enjoy doing bird stuff. So yeah, okay. I'm out. Thanks, Mon. Thanks, Stan. Thanks, Peter. Peter, if you're still on board, I'd love to see the pictures or something of your nest box. You can send them to me if you would like to at news@thebirdemergency.com. If you do that, I would love to feature them, and I would love to get you maybe involved when I get Mick Callan back, and maybe I'll put another request out to Hollow Hog, and we'll do a fair bit, maybe 2 or 3 upcoming episodes for Bird Emergency and Habitat Gardening with Grant, about hollows, sighting them, choosing them. Great. Thanks, Stan. I saw that. That link not working. Okay. Maybe I need to put a video up, and I'll let you know when it's up. I hope, Stan, I'm not sure, did I get you on the birdemergency.com/Mastodon page already or not? If not, let me know your link there, and I will pop it on. I can't really remember what I've done. All right, thanks very much, everyone. See you soon. I'll be live many times before Christmas, so I won't even start doing the have a happy Christmas stuff. We'll get through this week first. See ya, everyone. Bye.